Hello and welcome to the application walkthrough for the HAK Group's Pet App for IST 440W. Today we're going to show you some of the processes that went into the design of our application and then give you a tour and a breakdown of the application's functionality. For this demonstration, we will be using the Tiggzi iOS emulator to simulate the environment found on an iPhone or an iPad. Owning a pet is a wonderful experience, but for those with multiple pets to keep track of, it can also mean a lot of work. Wouldn't it be nice to have all that pet information available in one easy-to-access location? The HAK Group decided to tackle this problem by creating a mobile app that would allow pet owners to more easily manage their pets. HAK Group decided to focus on pet owners and use a veterinarian as the project champion. We then established the general needs of our users to include the following. First, the ability for the user to enter and store pet data. Second, the ability for the user to enter and store veterinarian data. Third, the ability to enter appointments and set reminders. And last, the ability for the user to retrieve this information at any time from their mobile device. With the needs of our users established, HAK Group set out to build the prototype for the application. Our primary design tool was Tiggzi. Tiggzi is a mobile, cloud-based application development tool. The system was created by Exadel and can be found by visiting Tiggzi.com. We were able to acquire a free educational license to develop our app using the Tiggzi environment. Tiggzi streamlined the development process and allowed us to collaborate in the design of our application in real time. For our design, we built the general layout using the tools in Tiggzi and added JavaScript and HTML coding for the functionality that Tiggzi could not handle. So let's take a look at the application and how it functions. After launching the app, the first page the user comes to is the login page. The user creates their login when they first download the app. For our demonstration, we will be logging in as the fictional user Janine. Janine owns 2 pets, a cat named Billy and a horse named Mia. Let's follow along with Janine and see how she interacts with the device. Janine starts by entering her login information. In the background, a REST API service we created sends her login information to the database, compares it to the stored name and password, and then runs the JavaScript for failure or success. She gets the password wrong the first time, so a message pops up telling her to try again. She enters her password a second time and gets it correct. It works, so now she's taken to the main menu. At the main menu, we can see the layout of the application is simple and clean. In all, there are 4 main menu buttons. As Janine moves through the app, we will see what each one does. Janine decides to click on the My Pets button so she can add her pets to the application. Janine doesn't currently have any pets stored on the application, so nothing is displayed on the My Pets tab yet. She clicks the Add button, which takes her to the Add Pet page. On this page, the user is shown all the information about the pet that the database will store. Janine decides to add her cat Billy first. As she goes along, we see she makes a few errors, such as putting numbers where letters should go. The error handling codes we implemented catch this and display an error message so she can fix the issue. When she's done, she hits Submit. Behind the scenes, a REST API service we created called AddPet takes the information and adds it to the appropriate database field. The application posts a success message and then returns her to the previous page. Now we can see that the cat has been added, so Janine returns to the Add Pet menu and adds her horse as well. A background service requests data from the database every time she returns to the My Pet page. So now, both her cat and her horse are displayed. After finishing, she hits the menu shortcut button on the top right, which takes her back to the main menu. Next, Janine heads to the Pet Health menu using the Pet Health button. On this screen, we can see that Janine has 2 main options: veterinarian information and general pet information. She decides to add her local vet first. so she clicks the veterinarian button. On the first page, we can see Janine hasn't added any vets yet to the application, so she clicks Add a Vet. On the next page, she begins entering all the information the application asks her for. When she's finished, she hits Submit, which activates our REST API service called Add Vet. This then adds all the information she entered to the tables on the database. She's notified that the vet has been added and then is returned to the previous page. Here, the new information is requested in the background by our API service. Now we can see the new vet has been successfully added to the database. Next, Janine decides to read up on the health information for cat. She clicks on the cat health button. On the next page, we see some general information on pet health and an input field that allows her to enter her pet's weight to calculate how much she should feed her cat. She enters 10 pounds. In the background, JavaScript code takes her input and performs some calculations before displaying the total food amount on the screen. Janine decides to head back and try the horse health page. We can see here the layout is very similar to the cat page, just with different information. Janine enters the weight of her horse, 1,200 pounds, and waits for the app to calculate the food amounts. Similar calculations are carried out, though the results for the horse show recommended amounts of both hay and concentrated feed. Satisfied, Janine decides to return to the main menu to set up a reminder for a vet appointment. On this menu, we can see that there are two main options: Add an Appointment and Current Appointments. Since Janine hasn't added appointments yet, she clicks Add an Appointment. On this page, we can see all the information the app wants her to enter. When she's finished, she clicks Submit. In the background, the application uses a REST API recreated called Add Appointment to connect to the database and add the appointment information. The application then takes her to the previous page where she can see the appointment has been added to the list. Finally, Janine decides to set up notifications to make sure she gets an email when the appointment date arrives. After arriving on the notification page, we can see the different settings that Janine can change. Currently, the email notifications are turned off, so she turns them back on and enters her information. When she hits Submit, a REST API called Update Notifications passes her data to the Pet App database and sets the notification status to On. Finished working with the app, Janine heads back to the main menu and logs off. Well, this concludes our walkthrough of the HAK Group Pet application. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation. If you would like to download the source files for this project, please visit the link displayed on your screen and follow the directions onto the site. Thanks for watching! Feeling just right. She got the passion, the drive, the tenacity to win. In 10 seconds.